right, we are going to start our very first sewing project. So we're gonna go ahead and just get comfortable with the sewing machine, and we're just gonna make ourselves a felt bookmark. So you should have half a piece of felt. I've gone ahead and cut out my template. Just make sure that you just cut right on the solid black line out of the paper. Make sure that you use paper scissors when you're cutting out paper. Sewing scissors are only for fabric and thread. So yes, do not use your sewing scissors on paper. It will ruin them. So go ahead and pin or fold your felt in half. We're gonna pin this on. All right, so I have my felt bookmark cut out already. I'm gonna just place it on my felt with the felt folded in half. So you're gonna take your pin and you're gonna go down through both layers of fabric. You push it through a little ways, probably about half an inch or so, and then you push it back up through both layers. I like to make sure that it's all the way on the paper. This way, when you're cutting, your pin won't be in the way. You also don't need all the pins to touch. So you can go ahead and leave, I don't know, about an inch or so. And we're just gonna pin it all the way around. And just try to keep it as flat as you can. All right, so we're gonna grab your sewing scissors and we're just gonna cut right along the edge of the paper. Try not to actually cut the paper, just follow right along the edge. This project is small enough that I can hold it in my hand without moving it too much. If it's a bigger project, you'll want to just leave it flat on the cutting table and just cut as you go. Once that's cut, you'll go ahead and remove all the pins. And remove the pattern. So what I'm actually going to do is now I'm going to repin it. Without the paper on. And we're ready to sew. All right, just as a reminder, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video and catch up. These videos are here for you, so watch the parts that you need and feel free to pause and play as fast or as slow as you'd like. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start sewing. A couple reminders. You do not wanna sew over pins. You wanna take the pins out as you go. I like to keep my pin cushion handy right next to my sewing machine so that I can easily put my pins in. I'm also gonna decide what line I'm gonna follow. The stitch plate has different guides. So what I'm gonna do on this project, since it's pretty small, is I'm just gonna go ahead and follow the edge of my presser foot. What that means is this fabric is going to follow right along this edge as I sew. If it starts to get off, then I'm gonna move it back. I'm gonna take out these first two pins. Make sure my machine is on the setting that I want. I'm gonna drop the presser foot lever gently. Put on a slower speed control, and we're just gonna start sewing. We're gonna go forward 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Then what I'm gonna do is back stitch. So I hold this button. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we're just gonna follow this line. You see how it's following the edge of the presser foot? When I get close to a pin, I'm gonna stop. So take your foot off the pedal, remove the pin, and then continue. Take out my pin. Okay, when I get close to the edge, obviously not too close, probably about 1/4 of an inch, I'm gonna lift my presser foot, turn it, and I can see that it's pretty close to line up with that. All right, I'm gonna take out this pin, rotate it. Pivot again. When I get back to the beginning, I'm gonna do my 3 back stitches. When I'm finished, I'm gonna raise my needle, or if you don't have that button, go ahead and do it with the hand wheel. Lift my lever, and I'm gonna slide this out. You don't wanna cut your thread right next to the machine because it makes your machine come unthreaded a lot. So slide it out to the side. You can either use your thread cutter or you can snip it with your scissors. And it's important to always trim your threads after. That'll make it look more professional. One other thing you can do on this bookmark is if you want to decorate it with decorative stitches, play around with it, you can definitely do that. So remember, we have our decorative stitch guide over here. I think I want to do, I don't know, these flower star looking ones. So I'm going to put it on 30. I'm going to do a line right down the middle. Just have fun with it and decorate it as much as you want. And way to go, you completed your first project.